Sony announced that they were dropping the PS5 in April of 2019, and they released it for 500 boners on November 12th, 2020. So, how y'all day been? Your boy's been good, bro. Appreciate y'all for asking. We are basically in the middle of the PS5's lifetime. Just looking at how all the other lifespans of the PlayStation consoles has looked, and Xbox as well. They all last around 7 years. And we are officially 4 years in to this big boy's lifespan, bro. Hey, when this system got announced, I was excited. I can't lie. I was mad excited. This is an excellent presentation I'm giving, I feel like, bro. This is insane how big this system is, by the way, bro. Like, this is the top of my head. It goes to my chest. They dropped the physical version with the disc tray for 500. They dropped the digital version for 400. And since then, it's managed to gain 65.5 million sales as of September 2024, placing it at number 13 of the highest grossing console sales of all time. 13 is crazy for 4 years. That's pretty good. That's pretty decent. And I really just want to give my thoughts on all the games and everything that's really came out, at least my experiences with all the games. I'll list some pivotal moments of the PS5, like some big games that I may have not played, but I just won't give an opinion because I haven't played it. But of course, I'll give my opinion on the games that has came out. I'm not gonna lie, I got my PlayStation 5 2 to 3 months after it came out, because of course everybody knows it was hard to get your hands on it, my boy. I'm not gonna lie, it was hard to get it. I got it 2-3 months, so I was one of the people who got like that first wave of PlayStation 5s. It works fine still. So let's get through some games. I'm gonna go year by year, and I'm just gonna list some games out that stood out to me, and of course that I feel like were big titles on the system. Like I said, I'm not gonna go too deep into those, but yeah. Let's start with the launch titles of the system. We have Assassin's Creed Valhalla. That's cool. We had Astro's Playroom. I did play Astro's Playroom. Astro's Playroom was okay. It was okay for the time. It was a launch title for the system. It showed what the system can do. It was all right. They had Demon Souls come out, which was a remaster or remake. I'm not sure. I didn't play it. Of the 2009 PS3 game. They had Godfall, which I was not interested in. I'm not sure how that did. We had Sackboy: A Big Adventure. Sackboy: A Big Adventure is the first time that they put the Little Big Planet franchise into 3D, a 3D platformer. A lot of people compare it to Super Mario 3D World, which is fair. I played it. I didn't beat it because it didn't hold my attention long enough. I'm not gonna lie, but it was a really good game. I'll give it that. They had a lot of different aspects. I like the world. I like the levels of the game. They had one level where it was, I forgot what Bruno Mars song. It was one of the Bruno Mars songs was in that the whole level was literally centered around the Bruno Mars song. It was so random, bro. I don't know. But then we had the big one, Spider-Man Miles Morales. Boy, that game was outstanding. I did play it for the first time on PS4 because I couldn't wait. I didn't know when I was gonna get the system, so I couldn't wait. But I definitely played it again when I got my PS5, and it was just as good the second time. I played it the third time for the channel, actually, and it was just as good the third time. It's an excellent game, very short compared to Spider-Man 1, but it was still great, especially for it to be like a side little Spider-Man game. It had a nice story, had great character development for Miles, and all of that jazz, bro. But yeah, that's really everything that happened in 2020. Nothing insane. I feel like launch title wise, it was decent. That's a decent lineup for a launch. Some launch titles don't even be hitting like that, bro. So that was decent. It had a nice variety as well. Now, of course, there weren't that many in 2020 because it dropped at the end of 2020, but 2021, let's get into it, bro. Hitman 3. Of course, I'm not sure. I don't think that was an exclusive, but it was still, I played it, like I said, it's my experiences. I played it on my PS5, I bought it on PS5. It was a good game. I didn't beat it. Y'all gonna hear a lot of that. I didn't beat it, by the way, but still a fine Hitman game. I'm not crazy on the Hitman series. That was my first introduction to it. Destruction All-Stars, I thought that was gonna be a fire multiplayer crashing the car game. It was cool for 30 minutes. deleted it right after, bro, because what the hell was that about, bro? Crash Bandicoot 4, I know that's not exclusive either. Like I said, I played it on my PlayStation 5. Yeah, honestly, it's literally Crash 4. Like, they've dropped a lot of crashes between 3 and 4, but this is a true Crash 4. Definitely recommend if you played the Insane Trilogy. It Takes Two. Game of the damn year, boy. Game of the damn year, boy, because oh my gosh. It Takes Two is amazing. I played that for the first time on camera with my boy Dex. Outstanding. 10 out of 10. 100% recommend. I know that's not exclusive, but damn. Oh my gosh. Odd Soulstorm. I played that. It was on the PS Plus joint. It was okay. It was cool. Nothing crazy. Returnal. Didn't play it. Heard it was cool. That's all I gotta say about it, but I hope y'all enjoyed that one. Resident Evil Village, I played the demo. I want to go back and play all the Resident Evils for the channel, so I'm gonna play Resident Evil 1 soon. I'm gonna go through all of them, bro. And boom, bada bam. One of my homies played all the Resident Evil. I think he's on 7 now. He's been playing through them. But I heard Village is cool. He got nominated for Game of the Year. Knockout City. Knockout City, at least it lasted longer than Destruction All-Stars. You know what I'm saying, bro? Knockout City, I really enjoyed Knockout City. I played that a lot with my friends. Basically a whole dodgeball multiplayer game. It was fire as hell, bro. Like, that game was so tough. I understand why it died out, because it was very simple. You're really just throwing the ball back and forth. Because when you get good at it, you and your friend are literally going to be catching it, throwing it, catching it, throwing it. I understand why it died out, but it was a really good game, bro. Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade. I understand Final Fantasy VII Remake was a PlayStation 4 game. I played it for the first time on Intergrade. That game was outstanding. One of the best stories I've ever played in my life. I'm surprised that I beat the game, if I'm being honest. I beat it, yes. Do you hear me? I beat the game, bro. I beat that one. All the characters are amazing, bro. I don't think I've ever seen a game where every character is like they're great. They have great character arcs and everything, bro. Excellent game. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart 2021 was pretty cool. Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, amazing game. Oh my gosh, bro. Definitely one of the first games that I was like truly excited to play on the PlayStation 5 that was made for the PS5. They let you know how many assets they can put on the screen at one time. It was insane. That game was great. I want to replay it for the channel because I think I played like one video episode for the channel. I want to play the whole game for the channel, bro. That game is excellent, bro. Doom Eternal got a PS5 release. I haven't played that one. I played the 2016 version, but I do need to play Eternal. Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut. That's the way I played that too. I'm not gonna lie. What was I playing on PS4? Another outstanding PlayStation exclusive. I'm very excited for the new one that's about to come out next year. 2021 in August is also when PS5 got its first small revision. It had small little revisions. That was basically their big second wave of PS5s. Like I said, I still got this big boy right here from the first wave, and it works perfectly. Y'all said stop doing that. Life is Strange True Colors also released in that month. I haven't played it. It was, I have the game and I need to play it. That's the only Life is Strange game I haven't played, and I'm gonna play it soon. Deathloop came out. I'm not a big first person shooter guy. And when I saw the trailer, I was very excited to play Deathloop. And when I played it, I was very disappointed personally. I don't like that game, but I think it was nominated for Game of the Year. So if y'all liked it, go off. But me personally, I did not like that game at all. But hey, cool. Kena Bridge of Spirits was an amazing, I don't know if it was an indie game. Let me see, actually. It is. Kena Bridge of Spirits is an indie game. That game was great as well. It was kind of hard to me. I don't know if anyone else had trouble with the combat, but it was kind of difficult. But the game all the way through, banger, bro. Death Stranding, I haven't played Death Stranding. Not really planning on it. The second one's coming out next year. Not really planning on playing that one either, but I've heard it's a walking simulator. It has to be good because they're making a sequel, and Hideo is making it. Hideo makes great games, so Far Cry 6 also dropped that year. I've never played the Far Cry series. My boy CJ, my roommate, he loves Far Cry. He says it's great. I might try it, might not. We'll see. Guardians of the Galaxy released. I played Guardians of the Galaxy. I didn't beat it. It was cool. A lot of people like the game. It's definitely better than Avengers, 100%. That's all I really have to say about it. You only play as Star-Lord, which I do think was a good thing, because I think when you're trying to put that many playable characters in a story-based game, especially when we don't know these characters specifically. Of course, we know the characters in themselves, but we don't know this version of the characters. But yeah, Riders Republic. Great game, honestly. I didn't play much of it, but it was a great game. I did a video, played a little bit after, put it down. It wasn't really my type of game. I can tell Riders Republic was more of those people who like the skate games or like the Tony Hawk games or stuff like that. But Riders Republic was a really good game. GTA Trilogy dropped. I didn't pick up the GTA Trilogy then. I picked it up after they updated the game and made it playable. Because when it dropped, that game, I saw it and I was like, damn, I'm glad that I did not pick it up, because that was a very rumored heavy game and a very anticipated game, and they fucked it up at first. But the Battlefield 2042 came out. I'm just gonna be real, I don't give a f. FNAF Security Breach. I don't think Five Nights at Freddy's is for me. I've played the original and I don't really care for it. I played Security Breach. Don't really care for it personally. That's probably the best one. I've also played Into the Pit. That might be the best one to me. I like Into the Pit. It's a good game if you're a fan of that series, but me personally, I couldn't get through it. And that's really, to me, that was all the big ones for 2021. I think by then I was still kind of sitting here like, okay, this is kind of just a glorified PS4. But of course, we were only a year and some change into the PS5's lifetime. So I was like, let me chill, bro. Let me chill. I was still heavy on my Switch after 2021. I'm not gonna lie, because the PS5 wasn't hitting. Did you hear me? You wasn't hitting. I'm not gonna lie. But let's move on to 2022. Let's get the PSVR 2 out the way. I don't know too much about it other than like why why did they need to make a new one. Maybe it just everything looks better, maybe everything controls better, but the PSVR 2 is like a full priced. I understand this one is for the PS5. I guess the other one was more for the PS4. Still, it's a VR system, so it's like, did you need to drop an entirely new thing for it? The Uncharted and Life is Strange collections dropped. I immediately picked up the Life is Strange collection because I never played Life is Strange, and that's when I was getting into more decision-based games, and I wanted to try Life is Strange. I love Life is Strange after playing that. Yeah, I mean, both great games. Both, yeah, go for it. Dying Light 2, my boy Lo, rest in peace, he told me to buy this so I can play it with him, and I enjoyed it for the time. It was cool. I didn't beat it. Like I said, not my type of game. My boy CJ loves Dying Light. But again, not my type of game. It was cool though. Sifu also dropped. I didn't pick it up in 2022. I picked it up, I want to say 2023. I tried playing it. I tried and tried and tried. The game is great. Holy hell though, I can't get over the fact that when you die, you restart the entire game. Well, not when you die, but when you get too old. When you get to 100, of course. You restart the whole game, and that is too much for me to handle, bro. I can't do it. Might literally be the hardest game I've ever played, seriously. Okay, so the first big one of this year was Horizon Forbidden West. Horizon Forbidden West is, I kid you not, this is a definite for me, the most beautiful game I've ever seen in my life, but I can't get through the game for the life of me. It's a great game, very tactical action RPG game, if I'm being honest. Like, it's not as simple as the combat in like God of War. It may seem simple, but like the enemies you have to beat in that game are very complex. You have to get specific types of arrows or types of weapons to like shoot certain areas of the giant robot giraffe that you're fighting, bro. Downfall or flaw that I see in the game is the fact that to get like the deep depths of the story, you have to go through these long sections of dialogue, bro. Like, of optional dialogue too. Like, it's optional dialogue for you to get if you want like in-depth story pieces. So I didn't beat that one, but it was great when I played it. It was cool. Elden Ring also dropped. Game of the year, of course. Didn't play it because I'm not I'm not a Souls player, even though I am about to play Sekiro soon. Of course, I mean, it goes without saying. I mean, it's a great game, sure. Babylon's Fall, I've heard that one was okay, but I didn't play it. I saw it. I kept seeing it getting like trailers and stuff during like different presentations and all of that, but I never cared for it and stuff. It never really appealed. Gran Turismo 7, I'll say the same thing about that, about what I would say about Forza. The games are great, but to me, I mean, it's just another racing game, if I'm being honest. It's just like the last one, bro. Man, it's a different city, like, you know. Ghostwire Tokyo had a time exclusive release for PlayStation 5. It looked cool, but like I said, I'm not a fan of first-person games and stuff like that, so I heard it's on Game Pass, so I might try it soon. Tiny Tina's Wonderland dropped this year. Not my thing. Again, that's a CJ type of game. Borderlands, that's all his thing. Looked cool though. It looked like another Borderlands game. Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker saga was outstanding. One of the best, no, I don't care, the best Lego game they've ever made. Like, it was such a big jump from what they've usually done. It's like they turned a Lego game into a genuine action RPG, which was nuts. For a Lego game, it was insane. Stray also released. Stray was an amazing 2022 game. I gotta give it to them. I remember when they announced it and I was like, you play as a cat. I picked it up because it was fairly cheap, I'm pretty sure. It was probably like $30, $40. And it was great all the way through. Like, they really made it fun to play as a cat, a regular ass cat. Multiverses dropped. Multiverses is cool. I saw a lot of people online saying that game was gonna replace Smash. I don't really understand why people be thinking that. Like, some things are just too iconic to replace. The Saints Row remake dropped. I pre-ordered that game, saw how it was getting received, and I canceled my pre-order. Last of Us Part 1. I basically made a whole video just similar to like this style on Last of Us 1. It wasn't about the game, but it was more about how some remasters are not needed, and this remaster was not needed, or this remake, I guess they want to call it, because it already had a remaster on PS4 that looked great. It does look better, but it just wasn't needed. I did pick it up. I'm not gonna lie. I picked the game up. Just as good as the first 2 times. I mean, fuck, you know. A Plague Tale Requiem. I played the first one. A Plague Tale, I think it was Innocence. I really like that game. I think Amelia is the main character. She has this brother that has like rat powers. He can summon rats and shit. It was interesting. I don't really like to go for those games that have that like medieval type style thing, but I picked it up. I think it was on Game Pass actually. I played it. I love that game. I picked up Requiem. I think that was also on Game Pass. It was great. That one was great too. It was basically about them growing up. I think their story just continued. It was a great game. I didn't beat it, I'm not gonna lie. I do want to go back. It was great. Persona 5 Royal dropped this year. I don't have the time. Gotham Knights dropped that year. The interesting story about Gotham Knights, I bought that for CJ's birthday that year. I didn't get it myself. Bought it for CJ's birthday that year. Got it like a few months after. It was as I think he just recently beat it like a few months back, because when it came out, like, it kept glitching for him for some reason, but I don't care. The game is ass. That's just bottom line. The game is bad. Sonic Frontiers dropped. Cool game. Didn't beat it. Didn't beat Sonic Frontiers. Great game. They did the running around super sonic speed in the open world. I thought they would fuck that up, but they did great. They did that amazingly, if I'm being honest. They did a good job on that. It felt nice running around as Sonic. I don't really care for the story. The story kind of sucks to me personally, but everything else is cool. Gameplay is cool. And then of course the biggest PlayStation game of that year, God of War Ragnarok. Amazing game, amazing title. Definitely a sequel to the 2018 one. They didn't really change that much. I mean, the story was great. The story was amazing. I mean, yeah, it goes without saying. Ragnarok was an amazing game, bro. I'll say at the end of 2022, they were still building up their library, I would say. The way they were releasing titles, it made it feel like they didn't have much coming out. But when you look, when you look at a list of games that came out since like 2020 to 2022, like they had a lot of games drop. 2023 though was an amazing year for every company, I would say. Starting with Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, that was a good game. They took the Dragon Ball Z story and put it into a genuine action RPG. Like you can actually fly around the Dragon Ball Z worlds. Really needed a break from, because they would always constantly make multiplayer based Dragon Ball games. It was good to have like a story focused Dragon Ball. And then Forspoken came out. This motherfucker almost went in the trash over that one. I'm not gonna lie, like, because the way they showed Forspoken, it looked like that was the game. That game looked amazing. Then they dropped the demo, and it was horrible. Didn't fix anything. I'm glad I didn't buy it, because that was definitely on my radar at the time. Glad I didn't buy it. They dropped the Dead Space remake. Heard it was great. The original was great. Heard the remake was great. Didn't play it, but yeah. Hogwarts Legacy came out. Amazing game. I didn't beat it, and that's one of the games that I really regret not beating, because I really enjoyed what I played of it. I don't know what happened around that time that just made me stop. I bought the game on PlayStation 4 recently, so that's how I know I'm gonna. Anyway, Wulong Fallen Dynasty was another samurai game. I'm planning on making a video on samurai games, because there's been a lot. Like those Asian culture games, there's been a lot of those recently, and I want to make a video on that. But Wulong was one of the bad ones. Personally, I think it was on the boring side. I didn't really care for it. I tried playing it. I tried playing it on Xbox, but it just wasn't hitting for me. Chia was actually an amazing indie game. I don't remember if that won indie game of the year last year, but Chia was an amazing game. Basically about this little girl. I forgot what her descent was. I'm about to look it up. So Chia's based on New Caledonia. That's a whole culture. It was a very culture-focused game, and you can tell it was, because a lot of portions in the game, they would break out into like some song from probably New Caledonia. And even like right before you start the game, they would tell you history about the culture, and that was so fire to me. But the game is basically about a girl that has like powers. She can turn into any animal that she sees. It's a good game. It's a really good game. But Resident Evil 4 dropped that year as well. Like I said, I've never played Resident Evil. Planning on playing it. I heard Resident Evil 4 was the best one. We're gonna play it soon. Dead Island 2 also dropped. A lot of people played that as a youngin, because it was on 360. I played it a little bit on 360. Great game. Dead Island 2 is also a great game, but at the end of the day, it's just an action hack and slash zombie game. So of course it's nothing special, it's nothing crazy, but it was still a good game. Star Wars Jedi Survivor came out. I need to play it. I played Fallen Order. I think a little bit before that game came out, and I really like Fallen Order. So I need to play Survivor. Street Fighter 6 came out. That was a great game. I've never been like a huge fighter guy other than Smash. I've always tried the others. Like I've played Injustice, I played Mortal Kombat. Street Fighter 6 was amazing though. Would have never picked the game up if it wasn't for my boy Kyle. That's literally like the first video we ever had together. Final Fantasy 16 dropped. Not a big Final Fantasy guy. I know I was just glazing Final Fantasy 7 remake, but not a big Final Fantasy guy. I'm not just gonna pick every game up. I heard 16 was cool. Overwatch 2 came out and I saw it. I didn't play Overwatch 1. I've seen a lot of it. Of course, Overwatch 1 won Game of the Year in 2016. Overwatch 2 came out. I saw it and I was like, yeah, okay. I know this is about to fucking flop, because there's literally no reason to make a sequel. I think they're literally making like a Overwatch Classic Edition for the second game, which is go off. Game of the Year 2023, Baldur's Gate 3. I made a whole video on why that game won Game of the Year. Baldur's Gate 3 is basically like a tactical RPG. It's definitely not my type of game. I've tried it because it won Game of the Year. I tried it. I understand why it won. I've been understood. It's a huge game. It has a lot of different choices and combat options and all of that. If you like those type of games, go off. Lies of P dropped. Didn't play it. One of my homeboys likes it a lot. It's the only person I know that played that game, and he likes it a lot, so take his word. Assassin's Creed Mirage also came out. Not an Assassin's Creed guy. At the same time, I've never played one, so hey. Sonic Super. This was the week that gaming took my money. Sonic Superstars was an amazing game. I personally like Mania more. Not because of the classic look. Me personally, I think Sonic Superstars, it was like the same, it wasn't the same size as Mania, but I feel like the main story definitely was. But yeah, Sonic Superstars was $60, but Mania was $20. Either way, Sonic Superstars, great title. It was definitely one of those games that came and went, not gonna lie, but definitely a good title. Spider-Man 2, great game. A lot of people think that it got robbed for Game of the Year. I don't. I knew for a fact that game was not going to win because I played it. I know y'all played it, but I played it. Why did I get stuck in a building and had to restart my game? This story was very rushed. It was a great game. It had a lot of big moments that maybe the first one didn't really have. Even the first one did have a lot of moments. Just the first one I feel like had a more cohesive story. Ready for Spider-Man 3, still a day one for me. So Metal Gear Solid Collection also dropped. They dropped 1 through 3. I am planning on picking that up, but I'm probably gonna just play Delta first and then go back to the other two just to see if I like the Metal Gear series. I never played it. Alan Wake 2 came out as well. I heard it was amazing. When I played Alan Wake 1, I tried. It's a great game, but I didn't really mess with the gameplay a little bit. Or maybe I just didn't understand it, because when I played it, I was under the impression that you needed to kill everything. The way to play Alan Wake is not that way, bro. You need to you need to save your bullets and everything when you can. If you have the chance to skip enemies, skip them. I'm going to try Alan Wake again, and I'm going to play the second one as well. But that was just my first impressions of it. I guess it just wasn't what I thought it was, but I'm gonna go back and play. This was also year the PS5 Slim and the PlayStation Portal came out. PS5 Slim, we always need a Slim console. Great job, cool. Portal, you, not gonna lie, bro. You need to be on the same network as your PS. They literally just did what the Wii U did, bro. It's literally worse than the Wii U technically because it's just PS5 games. It's not new games. You're just playing your PlayStation 5 games on this handheld system, but you still have to be in your room, so there's no point. Disney Dreamlight Valley came out as well. I heard that it was okay, wasn't the best. I heard it wasn't the best, but I heard it was still a good time. It's one of those like simulator type games, similar to like Stardew Valley or like Animal Crossing. Avatar, Pandora, whatever it's called. I heard it was okay. Nothing groundbreaking like how Ubisoft was promoting it. It looked okay. Like when the trailers were coming out, it looked gradually better, but it was still nothing to pull me in to actually buy it. But that's really it for 2023 games. 2023 was an excellent year, like I said, for every company, bro. I feel like every company had at least one big game, maybe even at least two big games. I feel like after 2023, I was sold on my PlayStation. I can't lie, I was sitting there thinking, okay, like y'all packing it now, y'all packing it with games. But now let's go on to 2024. This year, officially, so halfway through, they decided to start off the year with a banger. Last of Us Part 2 Remastered, bro. Let's go. You. You hear me, bro? What is the point of that game? That game looks excellent on PS4. And it's backwards compatible to PS4, so what's the point? At least it was a $10 upgrade if you already had Part 2 on PS4. Tekken 8 also dropped. Tekken 8 was a good fighter. I played the demo. It was a good fighter. It felt similar to Tekken 7. But most fighters feel like that anyway. Persona 3 Reloaded dropped. I heard Persona 3 is amazing. I've heard 3, 4, and 5 are all amazing games. So hey, if you like those type of games, go ahead, go for it. Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League. I picked it up recently for $15. It was like $10, $15 on the store. I was like, fuck it, I'm Planning on playing the Arkham series soon, so I'm gonna pick that one up. Might as well screw it. Heard it was, I don't want to say it was ass, because Gotham Knights was ass, but I'm pretty sure it's better than that. I heard it was just, it was like it was, you know, they could do much better, obviously, with like, especially since it's in the Arkham series. Foam Stars was supposed to be their next big multiplayer game. You know, they had Destruction All Stars, Knockout City, Foam Stars was ass. Helldivers 2 though was an excellent multiplayer game. That game was great. Every time I played it, I had loads of fun, bro. Tomb Raider Collection also came out. They dropped the first 3 of the trilogy. Of the classic trilogy of, you know, Lara Croft's adventures. Never played those games. They look cool. I might pick them up one day if they're on sale. They were on sale for Black Friday, but it wasn't big enough sale for me personally, so I did not pick it up, bro. Skull and Bones, one of the most anticipated games of this decade, I feel like, and it was a huge disappointment. I'm glad I didn't buy it. My boy Kyle bought it day one. He bought that over Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. That's how much faith he had in that game, and to this day, he's still pissed. So take that with what you will. Balatro also dropped. I just recently tried Balatro. It's a good game. I mean, after playing it, it's not gonna win, of course, but it's a great game. I see how addictive it can get. I see it. Like, after playing it, I see it. I see how addictive that game can get. I think the roguelike part is really the thing that gets me. Like, that's how addictive that game can get. With a twist, of course. It's not just poker. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Y'all know how excited I was to play this. I played it, and I didn't beat it. Like, wow, isn't that crazy? I don't know what happened around that time. I don't know why I stopped, because the game's better than the first one. I mean, technically, it has an open world aspect to it, of course, because it's spanning 3 games. So it has kind of like a similar how Pokemon Sword and Shield, how it had that like big wild area, but of course it has these other routes and stuff like that. That's what it reminds me of, at least. But it's a great game. Rise of the Ronin, I just recently picked that up through Amazon on Black Friday, and for some reason it's not coming until January. I don't know what's going on there, but I heard it was a good game. I heard it's not one of the best, you know, one of those samurai games. It's not like Wukong, it's not Ghost of Tsushima, but it's still a good game though. It's one of the good ones. Tales of Kenzera also dropped. I did play that for a little bit. Good. It was a little cool 2D side scroller. I like how it was culturally focused on, you know, African descent and stuff. And it was cool, you know. On me, like, it's not Black Panther, my fault, but it was good. It was a good game. Sandland, I played the demo, and the demo was good. I love the art style. R.I.P. Akira Toriyama. Love the art style. Demo was cool. It just wasn't enough for me at that time to pick it up. Stellar Blade, I picked that one up Black Friday, because I played the demo, and I loved the demo. I loved the demo, and I'm so excited to play Stellar Blade. I'm gonna play it on stream, and I'm very excited to play that game. That game was outstanding when I played everything. I loved everything about it. Sea of Thieves had a PlayStation 5 release this year. I'm planning on getting that, and I want to make it like a whole RP series with the homies. I just have to find time. I haven't played it yet, but I'm going to pick it up. Animal Well was another big indie title that I thought was going to be Indie Game of the Year, but now that Balatro got nominated for Game of the Year, that's clearly gonna win. But I've heard Animal Well was amazing. The art style and everything reminds me of like Celeste, so I want to try that soon. Wukong, that's the game I think is going to win this year. Of course, if they don't give it to Elden Ring for the DLC, whatever. But that's the game I think is going to win this year. I haven't played it yet. I have picked it up. It wasn't on sale for Black Friday. That's what I was hoping. That's what I was waiting on, but it wasn't on sale. But the game looks too good, and I really want to play it, so I went ahead and picked it up. It's coming in the mail. So, didn't know the physical release drops on December 12th. Oh my gosh, that game was excellent. Like, when they announced it, I thought that it was just going to be Astro's Playroom, because like I said before, Astro's Playroom was okay. It wasn't bad. It was just a regular 3D platform. I feel like they were just trying to show off the capabilities of the 5. And I wasn't gonna pick it up for $60. Like Astrobot, I was not gonna pick Astrobot up for $60. And I heard everything people were saying. That game was trending for like a week or two. So I was like, okay, let me buy it then. So I bought it, played it all the way through. Excellent game. That's my game of the year, personally. Until Dawn got a unneeded remake or remaster, and I picked it up because I really liked Until Dawn, and I thought it would be a good stream series, and it was a good stream series. I enjoyed myself the whole way through. It's still an amazing game. One of Supermassive's best. It is Supermassive's best, actually. I feel like ever since Until Dawn, they've just been going down with their games, but Until Dawn is still an amazing game. The Quarry is good too, but whatever. Silent Hill 2 got a remake, didn't pick it up. I've always seen Silent Hill 2 as kind of a watered down Resident Evil, but before the Silent Hill fans come for me, I'll try it first, okay? I'll take it back. Sparking Zero, Dragon Ball, that was my most anticipated game of this year. Thought I was gonna play it more, but then I realized that Sparking Zero is more of a couch game. The people who are playing online, I can tell that they're Xenoverse players that just want to piss people off, choosing fusions, spam shit all the time, quit when they're losing. By the way, they get no penalty for quitting, you know, leaving the game or closing the game out mid-match when they're losing. But still a great game. Definitely my childhood came back. They definitely brought my childhood back. Thank you, Bandai. I appreciate you. Metaphor also got nominated for Game of the Year. Made by the same people who made Persona. It looks very similar to Persona. It looks like a great game. Haven't played it. Sonic X Shadow Generations. Sonic Generations is an excellent Sonic title. No way in hell I was picking it up for $60 because that game is very short. I understand they're adding the shadow. Wasn't gonna pick it up for $60. It was on sale half off for Black Friday, so I picked it up. I think I had it with me. Yeah, I picked it up on sale, 30 bucks. I don't know why it says day one edition, but hey. Life is Strange Double Exposure came out. I love Life is Strange. Like I said, the only one I haven't played is True Colors. Double Exposure was an amazing game. Personally, a lot of people didn't like the ending, but I think they were setting up something big for the future. Hopefully in the future, they do have those big moments. Horizon Zero Dawn got a remaster, and it's they're fucking wilding. That game is beautiful on PS4. I don't care. That game did not need an entire remaster, but whatever. At least they didn't promote it as some big title though. They just said, hey, we're remastering it. You can get a $10 upgrade. Go for it. They didn't really promote it that crazy like they did Last of Us Part 2. Now, Lego Horizon Adventures, they made a Lego Horizon game. You know, it's a Lego game at the end of the day. I heard it was a good game. I'll admit, I didn't expect that Lego game, or I didn't expect that franchise to get a Lego game. And then finally, the PS5 Pro, $700 without the disc tray. I've made a pact to myself that I will never buy a system over $500, because if you got some whack-ass TV, you're not getting all of that. it will look the same, bro. The performance might still be up. I understand they said they're doing the fidelity and the performance mode, putting it together. That's cool. Is it $700 cool? No, it is not. I think my overall thoughts for the PS5 though, overall, like the games on it are amazing. They've had bangers. Like, it may not seem like it by the way they're dropping, like the rate that they're dropping these games, but when you look at like a long list, and even just like the PS5 exclusive, you'll see that they have been dropping bangers. Like they actually have been. But it just seems like a PS4 too. Even like the menu looked exactly like the PS. Not exactly, but it looked very similar to PS4. I feel like the PS4 also started some series that the PS5 is just continuing. Like Spider-Man 1 dropped on PS4, Ghost of Tsushima dropped on PS4, Horizon Zero Dawn, PS4. They brought back, you know, they rebooted Ratchet and Clank on PS4. God of War came back on PS4. And literally all of those games just have sequels on PS5. There's not really anything new. You've gotten like Returnal, like even Death Stranding is getting like a sequel from a PS4 game. Ghost of Tsushima from a PS4 game. But we've had some new IPs, like Stellar Blade was great, Rise of the Ronin, I guess all in all, PS5.
Where, Filling up on the west. So look at me and I so I put you back in your place. Hearing the clock is ticking, we gon' wanna send piss. I'm working up on her body, she put it in my face. Where with, the way she backing it on me, she got me like where with, the way she giving it to me, she got me like where with, move.